In the therapy world, there's a concept of the reframe, mostly in narrative therapy, and then in other modalities, talk about a paradigm shift, and it's, just looking at the same situation, but in a different way. And sometimes, what the goal of a therapist is not to tell someone else how to look at something, but just to be like a guide to help them discover their own reframe, which is often more in connection with their true self. So, I'm thinking about this series, Reframe Judaism, because I grew up with a fair amount of religious anxiety and trauma, and I don't want that, because religion to me, it's about my relationship with God, and I don't want that anxiety. So, here we are. Today is the 12th day of Tishrei. It's 2 days after Yom Kippur. It's Erev Shabbos, and so Sunday is Erev Sukkot. So there's a lot to get done. Got to get ready for Shabbos. I'm on my way to pick up my kids from school and pick up my granddaughter, and multiple sukkahs to be built. Still not sure. We need some parts. Who's going to be doing it? A lot of food to be cooked, and lulav and esrei again. Just a lot of stuff, to worry about. Even if I don't need to worry about, but it's there, I can worry about it. And growing up, Erev Shabbos was full of anxiety, and Erev Yantiv even more. And, these days, right in between Yom Kippur and Sukkot with the Shabbos in between, this is this is the perfect storm. So I was thinking about a reframe. And I believe that, we learn a lot. I learned a lot, training to be a therapist, but it's there in Torah, which let's just find it. So Torah says about these days in between Yom Kippur and Sukkot. So first of all, the day immediately after Yom Kippur is called God's Tag, God's Day. And different reasons are given. One of them is that we change from saying Hamelech HaKadosh, referring to God as King, which is the theme of the 10 days of Tshuva, and we switch to go back to calling God Hakel HaKadosh, the holy God. So it's God's Tag. On a more personal, relational level, God, we just had such an incredible day with God. Each of us individually, and all of us as a whole, and we connected with God and reunited and became at one, and it's something. Wow, it's something to celebrate, and wow. So this is God's Tag. It's just a day that we're one with Hashem. And then Torah explains that the 4 days in between Yom Kippur and Sukkot each correspond to a different letter of Hashem's name. So all these 4 days we are connected with Hashem in a very special, unique way. And then Torah says that these 4 days are special because we don't have the opportunity to sin. And therefore we can come into Sukkot with true joy because our purity, our wholesome connection with God has not been tainted. And the reason is because we're so busy during this time with the lulav and the esrei and the sukkah and the getting ready for Yantiv and whatever it is, that we don't have time to sin. So, wow, what a different way to look at it. These are days that I can be just so beautifully and joyfully connected with Hashem. And yeah, there's a lot to do. And each one of those things is a beautiful part of my connection with Hashem. And the lulav and the esrei. So you look at the lulav and the esrei, and I know for me and some others, it's a lot of pressure to get the right thing. It's got to be perfect. A lot of us grew up with some serious perfectionism. we got to get it right, and the getting it right reflects on our internal truth, who we are, and we have to learn that it doesn't. And so a good part of the healing is getting to that part where, okay, I do my best. For what I can afford, I'll get the best lulav and esrog I can, but there's just the anxiety is, besides being counterproductive, it is literally the opposite of the entire intention of what Torah wants and what Yiddishkeit is and what a relationship with Hashem is. It's all about the joy and the relationship with Hashem. So building a sukkah should be a joyous thing, and cooking for food. My perfectionism.
Police reported ahead.
Yeah, sorry about that. My perfectionism was pretty intense. I had to work on it a lot, but it'll definitely present itself in cooking, because I like to cook, and I want to cook for, Baruch Hashem, I have lots of kids with me, and kids, and I want everything to be good and right, and it doesn't have to be perfect. Enjoy it, do your best, okay? The baba ganoush will be okay, the roast will be okay, it'll be some rare and some well done. So I'm just able, and just be happy, rejoice. You have such wonderful kinderlach and grandchildren to celebrate with, and you're so blessed. And here, look, it's a beautiful day in Miami, driving to pick up your granddaughter, and she's going to run to you and give you a hug when she sees AD, and you're going to see your kids, and we're going to have a great Shabbos together. So, there's no room for the anxiety. The only thing that there is room for is to say l'chaim, and to say l'chaim to Hashem. And, for that, in the car, I have my non-alcoholic Sam Adams, just the haze, and l'chaim Eibishter, thank you, and it should only be brachos, l'chaim, and for all Klal Yisrael.